What if the dream you had last night wasn't random? What if it was tomorrow slipping quietly into your mind while you slept? Around the world, people report dreams that come true, disasters foreseen, chance encounters predicted, even lottery numbers whispered in the dark. Are these miraculous glimpses of the future or simply clever tricks of a restless brain? Welcome back to Mind in Shadow, where science meets the strange. Today, we step into the twilight world of precognitive dreams and visions that seem to break the laws of time itself. Is the future seeping into our subconscious, or are we always closer to what will be than we think? As always, this is a Mind in Shadow production. Now let's dive in. History is full of eerie tales. In 1912, for example, countless people reported dreams of drowning on a great ship days before the Titanic sank. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, allegedly dreamt of his own assassination. Years later, on April 14, 1865, Lincoln was shot by an assassin while watching a play at Ford's Theater. More recently, modern surveys reveal nearly 1 in 3 people claim to have dreamt something that later occurred in real life. But are these just flights of fancy or something more? In a book called The Gift of Prophecy, researcher Stephen Lauberg outlines several alleged precognitive dreams that are worth examining more closely. In one case, a man dreamt he was driving down a country road when a car suddenly smashed through a stop sign and hit the vehicle he was in. Startled by the accident, he woke up in a cold sweat. But as he got up, he realized the dream felt eerily familiar. The road, the stop sign, even the color of the other car were all identical to a recent auto accident he had read about in the newspaper. Later that day, he drove on that very same road, and sure enough, there was the crumpled remains of a car stuck in the ditch. And he escaped unscathed. Another case involves a woman who dreamt she and her husband were touring around San Francisco when they stumbled upon a devastating fire that had engulfed their house. She awoke shaken, but dismissed the dream as a bizarre coincidence until she turned on the TV news and saw that a blaze had swept through their home while they were away. These stories may sound like plots from a spooky thriller, but they echo throughout history. Ancient civilizations often linked dreams to prophecy and oracles. In Greece, the Oracle of Delphi supposedly delivered cryptic messages from the gods through ecstatic trance states, including vivid dreams. Across cultures, figures like Cassandra and Tyre gained renown for their visions of the future, though the accuracy of these prophecies has been fiercely debated. But it doesn't take ancient texts or divine oracles to find hints of precognitive dreaming. Even today, neuroscientists tell us our dreams aren't mere flights of fancy. They're an integral part of our mental landscape, woven from the threads of memory, emotion, and even anticipation. As we drift into sleep, our brains weave together fragments of our past experiences and knowledge to create a tapestry of potential futures. It's a process called perspective thinking. Simply put, your mind is a forecasting machine, constantly simulating scenarios to help you navigate the twists and turns of life. Sometimes, that simulation aligns with what actually happens, giving the impression that you've glimpsed the future in a dream. Of course, this raises another question. Why do some people seem to experience more precognitive dreams than others? The answer could lie in how well our brains process information and our tendency to focus on certain details. A study published in the journal Dreaming suggests that individuals with high precognitive dream recall, in other words, those who remember their dreams in vivid detail, tend to have more intense emotions surrounding those dreams. This means that emotionally charged dreams are more likely to leave an imprint on our memory, making it easier for us to spot similarities with events that occur in our waking lives. There's also the element of confirmation bias. We dream every night, but usually remember only a few fragmented moments. When a dream seems to match an event that happens in real life, the memory stands out, and we might dwell on it. Meanwhile, we forget the hundreds of other dreams that never aligned. This makes precognitive dreams appear more frequent and significant than they might actually be. However, this doesn't explain the instances where people describe vivid, almost cinematic dreams that accurately depict major future events. Neuroscientist Stephen Lauberg proposes that these extraordinary cases involve something he calls dream incubation. It is the practice of focusing intently on a particular issue or problem before sleep with the hope of gaining insight through dreams. While this technique has roots in ancient mystery schools and spiritual traditions, modern psychology has embraced it too. In controlled experiments, researchers guide participants' dreams towards specific topics, sometimes with remarkable results. One documented case involved a businessman who struggled to solve a complex professional problem. After consciously focusing on the issue before sleeping, he dreamt of an unusual solution. Upon waking, he immediately recognized its potential and successfully applied it to his work. But the realm of precognitive dreams doesn't end at personal anecdotes and laboratory experiments. It intersects with a surprising amount of research from various scientific disciplines. Remote viewing, for instance, was a classified program during the Cold War era that explored the ability to perceive distant locations mentally. While its existence was long shrouded in secrecy, remote viewing experiments have since become a staple of parapsychological research. One of the most famous studies, the Ganzfeld experiment, involves placing two people in separate rooms and having them attempt to telepathically transmit images to each other. Though controversial, such experiments suggest a potential link between consciousness and the perceived future. Some researchers theorize that precognitive dreams might also stem from a process called double-blind learning. This occurs when our brains absorb information without conscious effort. For example, overhearing snippets of conversations or noticing details in our surroundings can all contribute to double-blind learning. These absorbed bits of data weave themselves into our subconscious and can surface in dreams, sometimes presenting possibilities that align with future outcomes. Consider a student studying for an exam. While absorbed in the material, they might unknowingly absorb details about a classmate's casual remarks about a surprise quiz. Later that night, the student could dream of a sudden test and wake up feeling forewarned. And then there are the times when the future seems to whisper directly into our dreams, offering unambiguous glimpses of what's to come. There are reports of people dreaming of exact dates for significant events, weddings, funerals, even the sudden appearance of long-lost friends. How can a sleeping mind predict these occurrences with such precision? The answer could lie in quantum theories of reality. The idea that past, present, and future exist together in a vast quantum foam and only appear linear from our limited perspective. If true, this would mean possibilities exist for more than one future. And perhaps in the deepest recesses of sleep, our minds briefly tune into these alternate timelines. It's a tantalizing thought, but we must tread carefully here. Dreams can be powerful, deeply affecting our emotions and sometimes offering profound insights. But it's crucial to approach precognitive dreams with a healthy dose of skepticism. Many supposed precognitive dreams can be attributed to our brain's remarkable pattern recognition abilities. By analyzing the vast amounts of data we encounter daily, our brains can identify subtle correlations and anticipate outcomes with remarkable accuracy. This is essentially how Google's search algorithm works. It identifies patterns in search queries and web pages to offer relevant suggestions. Similarly, our brains make predictions based on probabilities, past experiences, and contextual clues. In fact, our intuitive sense of premonition might be nothing more than an evolved survival mechanism. Imagine our ancestors living in a world filled with unseen dangers. The ability to anticipate threats or opportunities could have been invaluable. Over time, this instinctual premonition has transformed into a more generalized intuition, guiding our decisions and sometimes manifesting as precognitive dreams. Intuition plays a vital role in decision-making, allowing us to make quick judgments based on subtle cues. However, it's important to recognize that intuition is not infallible. It's shaped by our biases, experiences, and subconscious beliefs. While intuition can be a valuable tool, relying solely on precognitive dreams as a source of foresight could lead to misguided decisions. So, what should we make of these dreams? Should we see them as genuine glimpses of the future, dismiss them as mere coincidences, or perhaps find wisdom somewhere in between? The truth is, our understanding of consciousness is still in its infancy, and the nature of precognitive dreams remains largely unexplained. While some dreams may indeed offer glimpses of what's to come, many others can be attributed to our brain's remarkable pattern recognition and intuitive abilities. Instead of viewing them as prophecies, we can appreciate them as a testament to the complexity and wonder of our minds. Even if a dream doesn't predict the future, keeping a dream journal can be immensely valuable. It helps train the brain to remember details, revealing hidden patterns, emotional warnings, creative solutions, or subtle intuitions that we might otherwise overlook. By writing down our dreams, we sharpen self-awareness and might catch those rare, startling coincidences that feel like destiny. And that brings us back to the start of this story. What if tomorrow is seeping into our dreams? Perhaps it as a reminder that the mind is far more mysterious and far more capable than we dare to believe. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the twilight world of precognitive dreams and visions. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to stay tuned. And until next time, keep watching the shadows